All right, guys, what's up? So I tested the audio and tested the video, and I think this is pretty good. So, with that said, it's time to crack open this beautiful box of Gospel of Christ super packs. And this is one of the repacked ones since the price increase. So, this is one that I did pick up for a great price from Andy over at Your Turn Games. Sorry, John. He was selling these for $205, and I picked one of these up. And in these packs, instead of two ultra rares, now there is a chance, or it's not a chance, you are getting four, but you have four chances at pulling ultra rares throughout the packs here instead of two. So it kind of seemed like that would make it a more interesting box opening compared to what we normally have, to where if you get them early, then it's kind of like you're just going through these packs. But if you get four, theoretically, you could space them out to where it keeps it interesting longer. Not that it's not interesting to open up Gospel of Christ cards anyway, because they're beautiful cards, but we're going to go ahead and crack into this. Hopefully you guys can see it pretty well. I am using my iPhone to actually stream up close a little bit, more than my overhead camera that I have mounted, which it was so far away that I don't think I was going to be able to get a good look at the cards with it focusing and all of that. So, man, look at there. I saw blue, and I didn't even realize the border there. I was like, man, not the first pack already. It is Gabriel. It's just not an ultra rare Gabriel. So we'll go through these cards and let you look at them. This is the Annunciation, and this is a nativity card, star ability. It's territory class. You can only use one per turn now because we are post March 1st. So the Annunciation, Guardians from Glory, Magnificat, Simeon the Devout, and Sword of Light. A lot of nativity stuff going on here in that pack. And then we've got Kingdoms of the World, Reassurance of Jesus, Choked Seed, Ridicule, and my boy St. Patrick. So now that I remember which way the cards come, maybe I'll jazz it up a little bit and kind of keep it spicy. We'll do the back first. What's the rare going to be? The Good Samaritan, Simon the Zealous, and also Saint Simon, the Centurion at Calvary, and the Roman Centurion, Untouchable, and Temple Veil. All right. Joseph of Arimathea, the Expert Lawyer, Strict Sabbath, Striking Herod. And I guess before I pull this card and see if there's an ultra rare here, I guess I would like to say that the one ultra rare that I am looking for, so you guys can hope and wish with me that I get it, is the ultra rare plus version of Authority of Christ. That's the one I do not have. So hoping to pull that one. But I will not be mad at another ultra rare plus Gabriel. That thing is sweet. And the rare here is Temptation in the Wilderness, a silver and orange card. Territory class. So, once per turn. If you guys checked out the podcast this past week, I would like to say thank you to everyone that listened to that. Because it is not only the most watched, our most streamed episode, it broke that record in 2 days. So having Josiah on was great, for you guys actually tuning in and wanting to hear that. So that's nice affirmation that it was worth the wait and the setup to get that done. We've got Who is Without Sin, Sin the Helper, Restitution and Extortion, the Ascension, and the Great Commission. One other thing I'd like to say is that Keith, I believe is his name, from West Virginia, maybe. He asked if someone had a Den of Thieves for trade, and I knew I was going to be opening this box. I've already got a couple of Den of Thieves, so it's an opportunity I could bless someone else. So I told him that the first one I pull will be his. So you guys help me hope that we pull a Den of Thieves as well. Captain of the Guard, the Gatekeeper Maid. I really like the Gatekeeper Maid. Pharisees. We've got Defiled Lost Soul. And then the Heavenly Host. All right, we're going to go to this side for this one. Just see if we, by chance, get a little first pack magic over there. All right. Contagious Fear. House Divided. Herodias. Restless Spirit. And Burial. Man, the cut on this one is pretty rough. It reminds me of some of those Cloud of Witness Moses cards. The back does not seem as bad as the centering for the front, but it's really skinny over here, and then you've got all this extra white over here. Such is the life of a redemption player. So let's see here. Unholy Writ. Go ahead and get that for your Saul of Tarsus. Anna the Widow. Magnifying Multitude. Temple Thieves. And do we think this is an ultra rare, guys? I'm not feeling, I think it's too early for it. Herod the Great. That's pretty good, though, for a rare. I really like Herod's. And here we have some of that side-to-side issue as well. We'll stay over here. I'm thinking about on the podcast website. Most of you probably didn't even know I had a podcast website, but it's where I share those links each week. You can just go and use a web browser to locate the podcast and listen to it without using a podcast service. And I'm thinking about putting a suggestions link on there. So if you guys have any suggestions that for like podcast ideas that you would like to listen to, I feel like the podcast has grown almost bigger than I am, or bigger than me, to where now it's like a community resource for you guys and for everyone that's a redemption player. So, be kind of cool to listen to some suggestions on episodes that you guys might want to hear, or people you might want to, listen to come on the podcast, whatnot. So here is Herod's Treachery, Herod Antipasta, Baptism of Jesus, the Comforting Cherubs, and Den of Thieves. There we go, Mr. Keith. That is yours. Matter of fact, you know what? Mr. Keith? All those cards are yours. That whole stack there. We'll just give it to you. Now, I could go risky and be like, I'll just give it to you, this other thing, so you get the whole pack, but it could be my Authority of Christ, so. Gifts of the Magi. Choke Seed. Just a Hireling. Proud Pharisee. Feels like this could be an ultra rare, guys. Let's see. Nope. The Highwayman. That's a pretty good little pull there. Oh, wait. All right. I'm calling it. This one has a brood of vipers in it. It's got the whole brood in it. Gets so messy when opening packs. I'll clean up later. We've got Gathering of Angels, Martha the Diligent, and Martha of Bethany. Love the Bethany trio. Zechariah the Silent. Yeah, that word. Cool border there. And we've got an empty tomb. Nice, nice. Let's see. Emptying the tomb. And then Convincing Miracle. Joseph the Betrothed. Hospitality in Bethany. And Bethlehem Stable. So I was talking about having the 4 ultra rares, spacing them out throughout the box to keep it interesting. And we've opened, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on number 7, and we have not come across the first one yet. So the odds are in our favor that we're going to run into one soon. I'm just hoping for that Authority of Christ Ultra Rare Plus. Let's see. We've got Elizabeth here, the Forgiven Woman and the Shamed Woman, Angel of the Harvest, Foolish Builder, and Hate the Light. Come on, guys. What do you think? You think this is going to be it? It doesn't feel like it. I can't feel it. I don't feel it. I don't feel the magic. Ooh, here's a card that's been causing a lot of worry for people. Romans destroy Jerusalem. Such a cool card. Legacy rare there. And then we get Herod Agrippa, another legacy rare. Nice. Emphatic Incriminators. Jaden, you remember this one? Top deck a dominant from each hand. And then discarded. That was such an awesome play in teams. Sorry, Jaden, I had to bring it up. It's one of my greatest moments in Redemption because it's just so odd coincidence to have both of those star abilities. And now we've got Herod's Executioner and Mary, Mother of James, and Mary the Caregiver. I really love the way that card design has evolved the last few years to where you have these meat flip characters. I know that we're probably going to step away from them a little bit after GoC. I haven't seen any hint of those being involved in the new set or anything, but still such a really cool design aspect. Even the star ability. So this block set really gave us a nice bit of crafted creativity within card building for the game, and opening that design space up a little bit more and allowing the elders to be creative with it. That's really cool. Grapes of Wrath. Beautiful, beautiful card. Maybe not beautiful centering on this one. I'm sorry, guys. I'm OCD. I can't stop talking about the centering. Surreptitious Scheme. And this is a pretty cool card if you're running Meek Souls. My Lord and My God. Another legacy rare. Withered Seed. This really helps you if you're trying to build that defense that's using stars so that you can load your hand up for numerous as of stars. But that's one of those enhancements you can use. And then the Accumulator. I saw where Tyler posted yesterday, and I saw it late, but I saw where he posted that he asked what was people's favorite artwork on redemption cards. And man, that's a loaded question. I thought about it for a while and I couldn't answer, so I just didn't answer. I took the easy way out and just didn't join the conversation because there's so many cool artwork pieces that I like. This is Strong Demon, Purloin, The Dance of Death. Such a cool card title. Don't see anything there. Destructive Sin and Resurrection Revealer. Now, Rob, I hope you put your ultra rares in here. We've got a good bit left, but knowing that there's 4 in here, I mean, it seems like they're packed up pretty well. I might have seen the edge of something cool looking there, but I don't know. I'm trying not to look without doing this little trick for the rares. Fear of Man, Shut Door, Lost Soul, another legacy rare. Reprimand and Repercussion. I like how it's a dual alignment, but it's using the same ability. Just looks so clean. I really like the way that looks. Simplistic, but also offering the versatility that a lot of players value. You know, like Josiah said, he values that over raw power when he builds decks, or when he used to build decks. I really like the way that it maintains the versatility there, but it just keeps it looking simple. And here we have Andrew first Called and Andrew Fisher of Men. And this is the Proselytizers. All right, let's see. I think this is going to be our first ultra rare. I'm calling it. I'm putting in a call for a Gabriel. 2 Possessed. Legion of Angels. Lazarus the Called. And then Lazarus of Bethany. And this one kills me because of the Ponce de Leon look of Lazarus there that Brad pointed out all the way back on. I don't know what number it was, but it was called Hold the Confetti Cannons. It's the one where we talked about Carmen. That was one of the most fun podcasts that I got to record with Brad. And this is Star of Bethlehem and Burning Up the Chaff. And this was a card that I got to spoil. It was pretty cool getting to be involved with that. Definitely cool that the elders let the community be involved with that a little bit. I think we're going to go to the back. There's got to be an ultra rare hiding in the back of one of those 2 rows. Let's see. All right, guys. This one feels like we're going to get that Brood of Vipers. I feel like the Brood of Vipers is in here. Stolen Seed, Futile Inquisition, Thievery of Judas, Executioner Sword. Hey, and there's Simon Peter and Peter the Rock. I needed at least one more of these guys because I'm trying to maintain building some contender decks along with potentially competitive decks. And it's nice to just have extra copies of some things that are in that moderate power level. Ooh, look how beautiful it is. Angel Wars art. This is Revealer Lost Soul. Here we have Martha the Diligent, Martha of Bethany, the Messianic Messenger. Oh, did you guys see it? Oh my gosh, I saw it. I saw it again. Is that the bottom of the cross? I don't know. And then you have Flight into Egypt. And first ultra rare is, yes, it's the cross. Look at there. I actually don't have this one either, but it's not as much of a chase because I have the ultra rare plus of it. But it's nice to go ahead and get one. So that's cool. And you can always use more than one cross because it's such an awesome card. Plus, I'm kind of greedy, and I want to have one of each of the ultra rares. Let's see here. Just so you guys have some kind of frame of reference, I'm doing this at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm taking Keegan fishing tomorrow. We joined a fishing club. Now that I sold my boat, we joined a fishing club with some small lakes that you can get around all the way to fish off the bank. And so I'm taking him to do that, trying to teach him how to bass fish. He's only ever really done the bobber fishing until now, and I'm trying to get him up to speed on bass fishing. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Or he's going to, backlash all of my reels, and it's not going to be so much fun, but We'll call it fun either way. Either way. All right. I don't know if I said that one. I don't think I did. Driven by spirits, possessing spirit, Herodians. Such a good card. Ministering spirit and deteriorating condition. Excuse me there. Had to cough. Ooh, see, I'm yawning. I probably should have got some sleep before, because we're leaving at 4:30 in the morning. So I'm doing this, staying up for a little bit, and just running it with no sleep, because that's the smart idea, right? Lost child. I'm sorry, lost child found. This is one of those cards that's really interesting because if used by Nativity Hero, interrupt the battle, bounce up to 3 other cards except dominance. And it's just kind of open to what you can bounce. So it makes you start thinking about like combo-y type things you can do. All right, this is Executioner Sword. Oh, you guys see it? I see it. Do you guys see it? It's just a little sliver there. And it makes me wonder what that is. And I feel like it's going to be, just from that little hint, I feel like it's another potential cross. Or it could be the authority of Christ. Um, Not the Ultra Rare Plus. The Comforting Cherubs, Convincing Miracle, and oh, it's a His Sacrifice. Come on. Come on, Rob. Nobody wants His Sacrifice. I already have a bunch. Everyone has a bunch. Because it stinks. I didn't say that. I'm sorry. It does not stink. It actually does not have any type of smell. It just smells like cardboard. See, now I feel good because I've got this many packs left to go, and knowing I have 2 more ultra rares, so I can pull something besides a His Sacrifice. I think His Sacrifice is the one that just when you pull it, nobody's like super excited about it. It could be a useful card, and I think it was really cool that it was part of the ultra rares that kind of told the story of Christ's power and His sacrifice. But I just I don't know. I'm not wowed by it. I really do like the Ultra Rare Plus artwork. I think that's some of the best artwork in the game. Temple Guard Spears, Disciples of the Pharisees, Sadducees, another Legacy Rare, Demanding Miracles, and Crown of Thorns. All right, let's see here. You never know where they're going to be, so it could be here. We could be going again. 2 packs in a row. Let's see. Pretension. The Entrapping Pharisees, Legacy Rare. Those super silly scribes. Look at there. Oh, guys. There's a white, so we're good. Supercilious Scribes, Plotting Priest, and Massacre of Innocents. That's kind of cool. If we put all those there, we almost have 1 row. Actually, I think we do. So you know what that means? That's like at the New York State Tournament, which I believe is hosted. I know it's hosted by Mark Valake, but I believe it's in Moravia, New York. And they are having some unofficial categories, including type half, where you can win half of a box. I just love it. I love how fitting that is. Pilfer, Herodians, 2 Possessed, Moses in Glory. Look at there. Oh, Moses in Glory. And a Salty Lost Soul. And Rob must not have gotten everything reprinted. Um, because I believe the changes to this was that while no evil character is in battle, prevent enhancements. Um, Yet this one still says negate. And we've gone through quite a few GoC cards to the community. Unless I'm misremembering that. I believe it did change to prevent. Because otherwise, as soon as the evil character is removed, it would negate all battle winners. Good old Matthias. Revealer Lost Soul. Legion of Angels. Salome the Sorrowful. And Salome Spicebringer. And there we go. Look at there, Jeremy. There's the Angel Party. Haha. Pretty cool card. I don't know how useful it will be. I don't know if we'll ever see anybody consistently able to pull it off, but not every card is supposed to be consistently used. A lot of times it's just cool that there's a card that if you kind of like that niche ability on that card, you could build a deck around it and try to do it, and that's kind of the fun too. Not every card has to be super reliable and able to go off in every game that you get that card. So, still pretty cool card. Shepherds of Bethlehem. No Need for Spices. Suicidal Swine Stampede. 30 Pieces of Silver. I really like how the money he throws out of the bag. I just kind of wish that the elders, not complaining guys, but I think it would have been cool if it went to where it didn't just all stop right here on the edge of the border, but it spilled over to where they weren't all necessarily in view of the artwork piece. So it looked like they poured out and scattered. And we have Herod Archelaus. Man, I really like Herod's. I was not prepared for a tournament that I went to in Tennessee, and Chris Fashman, who designed or helped design New Testament Gold, he had a gold deck. So it was New Testament Gold, Samaritans, that type of thing on offense, and then Herod's on defense. And man, I really fell in love with the Herod's playing that deck. So, Chris, I just want to let you know, you really helped me out there, going ahead and forcing my hand to go ahead and try these guys out. And man, Herod's are awesome. Magnifying Multitude. Sword of Light. All these silver cards. Card Game Fanatic's going to be going crazy. Hospitality in Bethany. Flight into Egypt. And Stone Rolled Away. That one's pretty cool. So, getting some stuff for that empty tomb. And to this point, Jay, I have not seen a Watchful Servant that I'm aware of. And I have not seen Teaching in Parables or Amazing Faith. So, those are things that I really need to get some extra copies of for trying to keep all those decks on hand, so that if we try our hand at a play group again, me and Brad, I would have those contender decks sleeved up, ready to go. So, could use some more of those. So hopefully we'll see some in these packs. Cursed for Us. I really like this card. Barabbas. He just looks so happy that he's getting released. You know what I mean? Joseph the Betrothed. I remember when Derek said that he looked like he was just leaning on the table wondering, man, how is my wife already pregnant? Or something like that. Oh, man, that's hilarious. Hospitality in Bethany. They must be really hospitable in Bethany, because this card is popular in this pack. Burning Up the Chaff. There we go. Did you guys notice something when I pulled back on on that pack. I think we might have another ultra rare here. We'll try to keep the suspense going. Let's really just join together and hope that it's that ultra rare plus of Authority of Christ. Earlier, I was talking about the side to side. Look at the top to bottom centering here. Joanna's almost running off the screen here, and then, oh man, I digress. Joanna the Generous and Joanna, wife of Chuza. Got Andrew First Called, and Andrew, Fisher of Men, Defiled Lost Soul, Joseph of Arimathea, and then Joseph the Courageous. And I believe we know now, I think we can all tell just from a little hint, that there is an ultra rare back here, and it looks like it's going to be, that's right, it's the mouth of God, man. It's Gabriel himself. And this is the ultra rare version, not the ultra rare plus. So that means that we've come out with 3 of our 4 ultra rare so far being the ultra rare regular versions, not the plus. So hopefully that bears in mind the odds, I feel like, are increased now since we have not had a plus yet, that the 4th one could be. So I can still keep hoping and believing for that ultra rare Authority of Christ, or ultra rare plus Authority of Christ. This is Thomas the Twin, Guardians from Glory, Elizabeth, the Forgiven Woman, and the Shamed Woman. And we've got Jesus' Bed, the Manger. Let's see here. Moses in Glory. Give me a transfiguration to go with all those. Shepherds of Bethlehem. No Need for Spices. And the Child is Born. There we go. There's a popular disciple. James, the Fisherman. And James, Son of Thunder. I guess I said popular one, and I was thinking that it was. I think it's John that does the draw 2, toss the next. The Tyler card. But I mean, I'm sure that one's getting played a lot as well. Maybe not, because he does the 2-way neutral negate. It used to be that most hard counters like that hit both opponents equally. And then we kind of went away from that to where you can build your deck to hurt your opponent and not hurt yourself as much. And I think maybe this is a start to go back towards it in that other direction a little bit to balance the game state. We've got Joanna the Cutoff, Joanna the Generous, and Joanna, wife of Chuza. Reassurance of Jesus, Suicidal Swine Stampede, Insincere Inquisitors, and Annas the Elder. Really good if you're running Sadducees to use Annas. Pretty solid card. Here we go. We've got the Afflicting Spirit. We've got Mary the Restored. And then over here we've got Mary Magdalene. Lost Child Found. Woman, did you not know that I had to be in my Father's house? It's one of my favorite things. I don't know why. Doom Speakers and Prince of This World. How do you find Will Smith in the snow? You look for the Fresh Prince. I don't know why I thought of that. It's late, man. I think I might throw some spinnerbait if the wind keeps picking up like it's done the last couple of days when we go fishing. If anyone out there cares about fishing, gets that little bit of knowledge for you. Expelled from Heaven, Amazing Faith. There we go. Amazing Faith is one of those really good power level cards to put in like contender level decks. So you get a good power boost and it kind of speeds the game up because it's also a tutor. So it's a battle winner plus potential tutor for a dominant. So it's really cool. Harvest Time. First one we've seen of that. We've got the Repentant Thief and the Condemned Thief. And this is Ambush. Alrighty. Let's see. We've got Beheaded. Yeah, there we go. I remember when someone mentioned this card, and we didn't know the artwork. I think I went and found what artwork they would probably use for it, and I think I guessed right on it. So that was pretty cool. A lot of memories of when these cards were spoiled. That comes flooding back every time you open a pack. It's really cool. Sin and Blasphemy. Andrew First Called. And Andrew Fisher of Men. Joanna the Cut Off again. And Joanna, wife of Cheza. Zacchaeus was a wee little man who was repentant eventually. And then Zacchaeus, the tax collector. I'm really excited for Mr. Classic coming up, guys. I'm trying to interject some thoughts here in between packs. Here, let's hit this one. We've got Distort the Truth. We've got Susanna, Legacy Rare. Tenants Kill the Sun. Really good card. Does a lot of, or you can do a lot of things with it, and it's pretty versatile. Depending on what you choose to ban to, but also potentially winning the battle off of this card alone if it's against a lone hero, that type of thing. Hurling Insults and Strike the Shepherd. But Mr. Classic, I am super excited for that thing. If you have not seen it, there was a post by Mr. Chris Fashman, whose church it is being held at, hosted by the Chamber Brothers, not the Chambers Brothers. Like, I just feel like that's too many S's compiled there back-to-back. Chambers Brothers doesn't ring the same way as hosted by the Chamber Brothers. So the Chamber Brothers, but it's at Chris Fashman's church, which is Meridian Baptist Church in Knoxville, Tennessee. But he stated that they were, due to someone's wedding venue being, I think he said that they tried to almost double the price or something. So they're sharing the church that same day for a wedding party or a wedding event. I don't know if the actual wedding's there, if it's just like the after, like the reception type thing. But he did state that we're not going to have access to the hangout room that's been used at previous nationals. I don't know exactly which room that is because I haven't been to nationals. I've just been to his tournaments, and those are pretty much handled in the youth room. So I don't know exactly which room he's talking about, but if you've been there before, we're not going to have access to that hangout room. So I just felt like I would share the word there. Help Chris get the word out on that. We've got Lost Soul Meek, and this is a Legacy Rare reprint. Walking on Water. And I really like in the background, you see the beach scene here. But Walking on Water, Questioning the Christ, Self-Righteous Prayer, and Zacchaeus, the wee little man again. Look at there. We're down to 5 packs left, guys. 5 packs. Yep, 5 packs. Looking for the last ultra rare. And let's see. Betraying Christ. I thought I did something funny with this. I wasn't paying attention. I just put the rare back one card. It's so late, guys. I'm sorry. Herod's Banquet, though, that's a good card to get. The Obstinate Pharisee. Oh, man. I am so glad that they reprinted this card. I like this card. I like that it plays to set aside. The artwork's kind of cool. And it's one of those cards that when I started playing Redemption, because Jay would play this a lot, it was one of those cards that have this pseudo iconic status. So it's nice that it got reprinted. And you have this evil eye, and then you've got this good guy eye. So that's the gates of hell. And then you have faith as a mustard seed. All right, after this, we're going to be down to 4 packs. So there is a 20% chance that I just moved the ultra rare that we're remaining on. So we'll see. Pilfer, Beheaded, Nunc Dimittis, I guess, Salome the Sorrowful, and Salome the Spice Bringer, and the Expatriator. Man, that was such a cool card. When it got spoiled, I really liked it. Man, it was just a cool looking card. And I think John and Gabe were hanging out, and they shared that when GoC cards were first printed. It was like one of the first cards we actually saw a picture of in their printed form. So that was pretty cool. So many memories from the time that it got spoiled because of just how much of a wait it was to get to this. And obviously it's not the amount of wait that someone like Gabe, who had the vision like 10 years ago in New York. Another cool story you can hear about on the podcast, to throw that plug in there. But really cool knowing all the work that went in to bring that block set out. But then GoC, just with all of the LOC happening, and then the delay and stuff, dealing with COVID and whatnot, to where, I don't know, it felt like it took a lot longer to get to the cards in our hands, but it was like this journey that we all took together. So it's kind of like full of memories along that path, or that journey, to get the cards in our hand. Contagious Fear, House Divided, Herodias, such a good card, Restless Spirit, and the Accumulator. So we're down to this and 3 other packs. So it's a 25% chance, so 1 of 4, that I just moved the ultra rare. And I believe I did. I'm going to put in a call that I did. And I feel like I'm going to double up on his sacrifice, just because that would not be what I want. Let's just go crazy and say I get another ultra rare plus Gabriel. Let's go with that. I really want the Authority of Christ, but I'd settle for another blue Gabriel. Man, I love that card. Herod Antipas, 2 Possessed, the Centurion at Calvary, and Roman Centurion, Spirit as a Dove, and Temple Veil. So I was wrong. No ultra rare in that pack. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty. The odds have increased steadily from 20% to 25%, and now they're moving to 33.3. 3, infinitely 3. Judas Iscariot, Life in the Sun. Look at this. You got this big fat border here. Oh, man. Oh, I'm sorry. I said Judas Iscariot, but I didn't say Judas the Betrayer, which is cool. Rob him, plug him for coming up with the suggestion to name him the Betrayer. Bartholomew, which is also Nathaniel. And then Bartholomew the True, Lost Soul Harvest. This is a really good Lost Soul. Um, Herod's Banquet. I think that's the second banquet we've seen. So I have not seen any teaching in parables. I would like to see some teaching in parables out of these last two. Thievery of Judas. Executioner's Sword. Driven by Spirits. Herod Philip II. And 3 Nails. I think I only have 3 nails. So definitely not upset about getting another one of those. Here we go. We're down to the last 2, so you know what that means. That means it's a 50% chance that the ultra rare is right there, or it's 50% there, or it becomes 100%. It'd be nice if it could become 100% and all the anticipation mount to the last pack. I've never had it work out that way opening a box, but it'd be cool if it did. Baptism of Jesus, Mary the Restored, and Mary Magdalene, Lost Child Found, Hurling Insults, and Power of the Spirit. Sorry, I bumped the camera. I've probably been bumping it the whole time. I'm sorry, guys. I tried to get the camera down kind of to where it's almost in my way so that I could get you guys a better view of the cards. And I've probably been doing this and cutting them off some, and if so, I apologize for that. I just now looked over at the screen. All right, so let's see. We've got Crucify, Crucify, Simeon the Devout, Joanna the Cutoff. I think she might be the card I've gotten the most of. Driven by Spirits. And there it is, finally, that Brood of Vipers. And I didn't misplace half that pack, so it comes down to this. We know there is going to be an ultra rare in there. Either that or it was a potential miscount when packing it, but Rob's usually really good about that. Now, sometimes you're on a box opening video with Jaden and he opens more ultra rares than are supposed to be in the box. But getting shorted, I don't think I've heard too many issues of that. So we're looking at having an ultra rare right there. Man, look at the bad center cut on that. The centering. Do you see that? It's almost double over here. Redemption. Redemption is here. We've got Philip of Bethsaida and Philip the Pragmatic, the comforting cherubs, fence jumpers, and John the Fisherman. There we go. John, son of thunder. And this is the one that I was referencing earlier that I thought the other one was. You can reveal a good dominant from hand to toss the next. Evil enhancement played this battle. You may draw 2. So it's Jeremiah Hopebringer on steroids. All right. We know there is an ultra rare. Should I just give it to you guys straight or make you work for it again? I think we're going to work for it. You can tell Rob didn't mess up. You can see just a sliver right there. I don't know if you can tell on camera. I don't want to move it too much so that I can tell which one it is. But there is definitely an ultra rare in this pack, guys. But we're going to start off with Anna the Widow, Hospitality, and Bethany. That or Salome is, or no, I'm sorry, Joanna is definitely the card I got the most. Legion of Angels, the Afflicting Spirit, and guys, out of my first 4 ultra rare box, could it be? Am I going to get the Authority of Christ ultra rare plus that I desperately want? Let's find out. I'm gonna go crazy if it is. It's not. But look at there, another resurrection. I saw the blue at the bottom stick out a little bit, and I started thinking maybe. But that's okay. nothing to be too disappointed about. It would have been nice to at least out of the 4 get one that was an ultra rare plus. I'm not sure what the balance is of how Rob packs these, and how often he's doing just 4 of the standard ultra rares. But I'll live with it. His sacrifice, the cross, Gabriel, and the resurrection, something to notice. Obviously, I've got a lot of these from where I won teams at Nationals and we got the promos and whatnot. And I also bought a couple of boxes at Nationals for Phase 2. And I had already bought the Phase 1 boxes before that. So I've done a little bit of investing into GoC. So I've got all of the ultra rares, at least some version of them. But if you were buying this box for the first time, that's a decent spread. You've got 4 unique ultra rares. I feel like the packs left a lot of like cards that I know that I would want. Like Teaching in Parables, their Transfiguration, I know wasn't in there, or an Elijah in Glory, because we saw the 2 Moses in Glory. But I felt like there was a few cards like, we got the what was it? The Expert Lawyer, I think, which is the main one for that one theme, Pharisees. And then you had Highwayman. I think we got one of those for Thieves. Demons, I don't feel like we saw too many demons. I think we saw most of the Gospel Angels. And then I feel like we were a little short on just gold. Like, I don't remember seeing Watchful Servant, Woman at the Well. I remember the Good Samaritan, but like, I don't remember Citizens of Sychar. A lot of the gold stuff seemed to be missing. So I feel like the balance was probably not the greatest for if you were buying this as your first one, this particular box. And every box is different, so I'm not saying that your box would be similar to this or anything, but getting the 4 different ultra rares is nice if you're going to get 4, because even in a box of 2, I've pulled the same ultra rare. So it's nice that there was 4 different ones. But hopefully this angle worked for you guys to see the cards a little bit more. And hopefully I didn't ramble too much and make you guys not enjoy it. But here is the Resurrection, the ultra rare. And just since it's the ultra rare, I'll read the ability here for those of you that may not be aware. And this is also artwork by Carl Bloch, who did the artwork for the ultra rare plus version of the cross. But this ability is: you may play a good gospel fortress and an empty tomb hero from deck or discard pile. Your New Testament hero may ban to up to 3 New Testament human heroes. So you can play this on your angel and then ban 2 human heroes, but you can't ban to angels off of this. So no angel party dominant. I feel like that was intentional. Gabriel, Mouth of God. And it says, negate an evil card. You may take a silver gospel card from deck or discard pile. If you do not, may ban to a gospel hero, or you may reserve an evil card from an opponent's deck. Or from opponent's deck, not an opponent. Cannot be negated. The cross. Restrict dominance. Toss all enhancements with the word negated in the special ability. While every deck is empty, if your meek New Testament hero is successful in battle, rescue any number of lost souls and or meek heroes. So basically, you've played the game out and you're still in the game at the end. At least you haven't surrendered 5 souls in type 1 or 7 in type 2. And you play this down and your New Testament hero is successful in battle, you can rescue any number of lost souls. So it's an alternate win condition, but has enough conditioning built in that it would take a lot to break it. Sorry for that. This is his sacrifice, and this one on the enhancement side is convert all evil humans in battle, negate and banish and all evil non-humans in battle. Cannot be interrupted by a demon. And then on the artifact side, you may negate and discard a curse, an evil enhancement, or an evil dominant. So you can get rid of an opponent's woes and territory, or something else that they've got. So with that, I'm going to sign off and get ready to go fishing. Wish me luck, guys. I'm hoping to land a 6-pounder. I think I'll feel confident. I feel confident that today I'm going to land a 6-pounder. So if I do, I'll make sure to take pictures and share with you guys. But thanks for sticking around this long. And as always, thank you guys for checking out the content that I make. I do make it only because I enjoy the game so much. Not that I think I'm great at making content or anything. But in addition to checking out this content and anything else that I make sure you're checking out all of the redemption resources that we've got, because we really are in a good spot for redemption content. You've got YouTube videos and shorts coming from Rob M Studios. You've got my buddy Jaden, which everybody knows. I think it goes without saying, if you want to see high level, play that you can use to make yourself better just from watching, he's a good one. You've got Tyler Stevens, that when he remembers the rules, he does pretty good on his channel. And he does a really good job of giving you a lot of information, even when he's not trying to, because you can just kind of see the way that he thinks and whatnot about decks in general. And then the decks that he gives are not refined at all. So even when you look at them, if you're like, oh, I could do this, well, that's the point. He's showing you decks so that you see them and you can change this and that, and you take that deck and you actually work it and you make it your own and whatnot. So you've got that. You've got the Zerubbabel Temple Discord server where you can go and talk about deck building with the community and, share various deck builds and whatnot. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. We've got Land of Redemption with consistent content coming out. Just a really good spot for redemption overall. And I'm probably missing somebody, but this is just me plugging all of those guys, because everybody that makes content for redemption, they're working hard to do so. So make sure that we show them that we appreciate them and go and check out their content. And like I said, Keith, before I sign off, these are all of your cards. You got Den of Thieves, Comforting Cherubs, Baptism of Jesus, Herod Antipas, and Herod's Treachery. I'll get these mailed out to you on Monday. So this is John Hendrick signing off. Go listen to The Threshing Floor. Peace.